Here is my Bambu Lab X1 carbon. I needed to replace the MC board as my prints weren't starting. The heatbed temperature was showing about 90 degrees, when it was actually at room temperature. This meant that the printer got stuck in the heating heatbed stage, as it thought the temperature needed to cool down to a lower starting temperature. I am new to 3D printing and have only printed a handful of basic prints with the printer. After a couple of months I got around to submitting a ticket to Bambu Lab support, who decided I needed a new MC board, and sent one for me to fit. I have never done anything like this before, but I decided to give it a go. This is what my screen was showing. Heatbed at 90 degrees when actually at room temperature. This is the new MC board that they sent me. In their reply to the support ticket, they sent a link to a guide of how to replace it. They also sent some new silicone gel. This is the back of the printer after I removed the back cover, the excess chute, and the cover for the AC board. I had already removed all of these as Bambu Lab got me to check the AC board first, before they decided it was the MC board which was the problem. They recommended marking the different cables on the MC board and drawing a diagram or taking a picture so that you can remember where to put them back in the new board. Some of the cables have codes on them, which helps. Obviously I had already unplugged the printer. I used a hairdryer to warm up and soften the silicone gel on some of the connections. I removed some bigger bits with tweezers and started disconnecting the cables. Some of the cables have clips on the side of the connectors. Others just needed a slight wiggle and pull. Once I had removed all of the cables, I unscrewed the old board and put the new one on. The bottom right-hand corner screw also held the ground connector. When putting the screws back, I had to make sure I put the ground connector back in the bottom right-hand corner. Then it was time to put the cables back on the new board. Once the cables were back on, I plugged the printer back in and checked that the red indicator light on the MC board was flashing every 5 seconds. I turned it back off and unplugged it, and put the cover on the AC board. Although this didn't really need taking off in the first place. It was only so I could check the AC board first. I put some silicone gel back on a couple of the connections. Then I put the excess chute and back cover on. And reattached the AMS. When I turned the printer back on, I needed to run an update. Once this was done, it was time to check the heatbed temperature. Thankfully it had worked and it was back to room temperature. I tried to print and it worked. However, my filament looks like it needs drying after being left out for so long.